Hey, hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of Into the Toy Box. We're going to have the Lego slash brick show tonight, where we actually talk about the Lego line and um, other brick lines as well, Mega Construx, and a few others. We're going to have a few good guests on tonight. And with that, I'll go ahead and bring out our co host, Beta Ray Bob.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going all right for me. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Good.
I've been looking forward to this show for a few months now since we were
Mhm.
talking about doing it, and so can't wait to see what some of these people have give us pictures for to look at, some of their favorites of the Legos. And I know you do Mega Constructs, and so we're going to talk about a few other lines as well. So should be a cool show.
Oh yeah.
Just to change
Yeah.
up scale for a little bit, you know.
Well,
So
a change, but also, like brick building sets, like even all the way back to like the original Legos were literally built for like world building. So it,
that's
it kind of
correct.
ties in.
Yeah, it's definitely world building, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Because you can pretty much, do whatever you want to, pretty
Yeah.
much. All right. Well, with that, I guess I'll bring on our guest. Say, you might know this guy.
It is.
Somebody
I got
says,
my book for story
Nice.
time.
Oh, excellent.
"Hey,
This is
what's
the
up,
story time
Bjorn?"
episode, right?
Yes. Yeah,
If we have time, we'll,
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
have to see.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, just hang on to it, and we'll get to it
Yeah.
just a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Soon as we have the time in the show, we're gonna get to it.
Yep.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Good,
If I'm
good.
spotty tonight, it's because it's storming out. So
Oh,
Oh,
really?
okay.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. When I mentioned having a Lego show, you're like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Yes, you're definitely going to be
Yep.
on." So
hmm
don't
I do
doubt.
have over 800 minifigures. So
So yeah, I mean, you
Got
have
a
more.
couple. Yeah.
Yeah, you get more minifigures than anybody I know. So yeah, that's anyway. All right. Well, hey, I have a couple other guests on tonight. Next is someone you've seen on here before, Van.
Hey.
What's going on?
Hello. I'm excited to
Hey.
be talking Lego and other forms of brick entertainment.
Yes. Yeah, your dad said, "Hey, it's like, Van would like to talk action figures every now and then." I was like, "Hey, I don't have a problem with that." I
Oh.
was like, "I'll get him on." I was like, I said, I forgot that you did Legos. I said, "Well, he doesn't. He do Legos?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Well, okay. Well,
There we go.
that works out because we're gonna have a Lego show." And so anyway,
I appreciate the invite, and I'm excited to talk about, because I have friends who are into this stuff, but other than one, it's very much just like, oh, I like getting sets, or these sets are
yes,
cool. But
yeah,
I like talking about. I'm a nerd about it. I like the nitty gritty. I like knowing the lore and the history and all that kind of stuff too. So I'm excited.
right.
same here.
Yeah, I have. I was a wee little kid and didn't have any Legos. We didn't have Lego money. I had Star Wars, GI Joe, and Transformer money. I guess that's why we didn't have Lego money. But
Yeah.
so it was like into my almost teenage years and such, I guess, before I finally kind of got into Lego a little bit. Anyway, but I like it, and I've been in and out of it at different points and stuff. But anyway, all right. Well, hey, we have one more guest to come on. Welcome, Ari. What's going on?
Hello. Thanks for
Hey.
having me. I'm going to be a dork right now. I'm going to kick off the dork train.
Sure.
You might recognize me as
Come on, Bob.
my Lego photo of myself.
Oh, nice.
You
That's
see
your
him
Sig
around.
Fig?
Yes, that is my Sig Fig. Start off with that.
Mine's in the other room somewhere.
That's also my profile picture on Instagram if you've seen me there. So that's who you see when you see me.
Okay, so explain
Have a
it
good
to
time, Kyle.
what does sig fig mean?
Sig Fig is a signature figure, and this one I made, I want to say about 10 years ago. Before I really got back into Lego, I was at a Lego store for a work trip, actually, and we all made little Lego versions of ourselves, and that kind of kicked me off into more than just the Marvel universe of Lego. I grew up with Lego. I had like one of the 90s blue tubs of 500 plus bricks. And in college, I drifted away, maybe senior year of high school. And in 2013, my wife got me a set with my favorite Marvel superhero. It might have been 2012. And that brought me right back.
Nice.
2012 was when they did the superheroes line. That's when it started.
And I think Brian has a picture that will be the set that got me back on. So,
well, thank you guys all for coming out. I definitely want to hear about all your, the ways you got into Lego and all that stuff. Because, like I said, it's bricks, other brick lines or whatever. I know Bob's into Mega Construx and stuff like that, and so
I like Lego too, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I represent all bricks.
That's pretty much the gold standard, pardon the pun, for bricks and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, well, hey, why don't we go ahead and say hello to the chat and
all righty.
Talk to them.
Bjorn, do you want to read this one?
Schmabby Lock.
There you go. It's live.
You know what I need to do is I need to get a shirt that has a pronunciation on it, so you guys can
that'd
know
be
how
awesome.
to say it.
What's up, Smog?
Smog, hey. Yeah, if you get that shirt, bring it to Joe Fest. Here we got Ian going with the retro name instead of the Mudhorn Station.
What's up?
Nebula, what's up?
Hey.
Scroll on down here. We got a pretty active chat. Fat Red Food, what's up? Thanks for joining us.
Let's see here.
Starboy Station there might be throwing a little.
That's how you can tell how long you've been into them, though. If you're calling them Mega Blocks,
yeah,
you know that you've got the Viking ship sitting over here under this table.
That's so awesome. Yeah, I've always been Lego first, but some of those early Mega Block, like the fantasy stuff, like the ships and the knights, the dragons that had the like stones that you could plug into the chest, like that stuff was good. That's good stuff.
My kids love the old land plates with the raised and swoop stuff that the dinosaurs came with. And my older son, who's on the other side of the store hearing me right now, is probably going to be embarrassed, but he plays with he sets up his Halo Mega Construx on the old Mega Blocks bases.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's probably pretty cool. Gives them like a little more textured battlefield.
And it's perfect for Halo because like those
the Forerunner structures.
And Halo is very much like, obviously they're as the newer games are a lot more detailed, but the older games, like there's something about that like smooth sort of terrain is really kind of pleasing.
So let me ask you this, because I'm not really familiar with the name of it. It may be Mega Construx or whatever, but who was doing Halo like in the 2000s or like 2010s or whatever?
Was
it Mega Blocks?
Mega has been the only one doing Halo because Lego won't touch it because of its themes and whatnot.
So I remember at a Toys R Us seeing a lot of Halo stuff, and I was like, man, there's a couple I was playing Halo Wars really hot and heavy back in the day, and I was so wanting to get a couple of those ships because there were some ships that they pretty much made every ship, and there was a couple of them I really wanted to get. They were like some of the bigger ones. I can't even remember the names of them now. That's how long it's been since I've been in.
Probably the I think it was the Falcon.
Well, I was into the Covenant ships. I was really
It's probably
digging
the
those.
Phantom then, which is their
Yeah,
their
there's the
Yeah.
Phantom.
the troop carrier.
Maybe.
Nebula, it's still about the same. It was so hard. I wound up being the person who built my son's Halo ones. He's got the red. I think Phantom is the name. I lost it, and one of the warthogs. And that warthog, I wanted to throw it against
It's the
wall.
Warthog. So we talked a little bit off screen, in our chat about the Halo Mega Block and how they have kind of an integrity issue, and maybe it was just the Warthog.
right over there.
The Scarab. Sorry.
Scarab was
I
awesome.
didn't want to cut you off, but yeah, the Scarab was the one I wanted. That was the huge one, and to me, I was like, yeah, I don't know how difficult that would be to put together, but I really wanted that one for like a hot minute.
It's cool shit.
See, I haven't had any problems with any of the warthogs that I've gotten.
Man, you don't have
no,
the one
maybe
that
I
came out
don't
2 years
play
ago
with them
then.
See, the one I
No,
got was
there's
that
some older
first
ones, but-
wave, so it could just be, obviously as they go on, they get better. They wouldn't keep
Yeah.
selling it if they weren't getting better. So
The
So,
Red Chopper for Halo, the Red Chopper was my most pleasant build of his sets so far. Like that took no time. I had no issues with things popping apart where they shouldn't. If you can get that thing and you are like, I just really want a Halo set, get the Red Chopper.
well, you guys remember? Did you guys ever get any of the Creo line?
No,
You got some of
I
the
did,
figures
however,
from
get
that.
some of the GI Joe built to rule stuff, which was they did Lego
Cool.
too, Lego
Yeah.
type.
So Creo was transformer blocks. I mean, they were, you could build transformers before they eventually got to Lego, and you had the little figures that they had little minifigures too.
they did
Just
some
like
Star Trek
G.I.
ones too.
Joe,
Is that where
had-
those Star Trek ones come from that I see every so often?
They're
um,
No,
real-
Lego
they did really
Construx
old
was Star
ones.
Trek too, or did Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think Creo had a license for. I could be wrong. I'm just remembering them on the shelves when the JJ movie came out.
Yeah, you could be right.
Yeah,
I know that Creo also had
D&D.
D&D, because I had a couple of sets that I collected because they had
Well, head drip.
the Drizzt character,
Yeah.
was on there, and so I got that one, and there was some orcs and stuff. And anyway, but I didn't get very much of it. But I just got a couple things here and there. But anyway, well, let's see. I guess did we get through the chat? I'm gonna go ahead and bring out the pictures so we can get to it. I don't really have any news. Actually, I did have some pictures, but I forgot to load them into this thing. But not really a huge action figure news week. I feel like the Tron HasLab is doing its death spiral right now.
That thing's
Pull it up and
Because
see. Give me just a second here.
I would hesitate to think that they probably even have more than 2,000 people right now, but
they've been
Anyway.
stuck at around that number for quite a long time, and they need
yeah,
10,000.
I mean, to me, it's not a there's a Tron problem. There's a problem with the HasLab being an all or nothing type of deal. I think if you had the ability to buy just some of the figures or some of the light cycles or whatever, I think people would be interested in buying those, but the fact that they wanted to sort of jam that light display, set in, or, whatever with that, I just think it's, it's definitely,
There it is.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
is there,
almost
you know,
1,300 backers
Oh, no.
yeah.
out of 10,000.
It's
And
so anyway.
days
It's
some
you
change
wanna-
to go.
They want a world build, maybe dial it back a notch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think you got to have figures before you go into a HasLab, for something like that, but that's just my
Yeah.
opinion.
I think the light up display might have worked
Maybe not
better
for
if it had
Tron.
been like the master control program in the back that Tron has to fight at the end.
It would have made more sense as a made-to-order item.
I agree with
Yeah.
that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But, I don't think, like I said, I don't think anybody should say that it's a Tron issue. It's not really a Tron issue. It's,
No,
I think it was just
if it weren't so expensive, I would have bought it in a heartbeat because I
Yeah.
loves me some Tron.
Yeah, it's anyway. I hope that they eventually someday make those figures, but it's like, here's the thing: you just can't like squeeze in a new figure line like that at that kind of a price. You got to kind of dip your toe into it, for people to be able to get figures. Yeah, 150 would have been
That'd been a no-brainer.
yeah, for sure. 150. I mean, it's because basically you're getting it for the figures at that point, and everything else is just gravy, But
Yeah.
anyway, we'll probably hear more about that over the next few days and weeks.
Yeah, I know. Mr. Stevie was doing like I think an Instagram post where he was asking people their opinions of, how much they would expect to pay, what were they wanting, stuff like that. So hopefully Hasbro will
Yeah, I have a theory about
learn
that
from
one.
this experience.
Yeah. What's your theory, Bjorn?
Oh, he was seeing how much we'd pay, and then if this thing fails, when this thing fails, they're going to do that.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I would definitely like to see more lines, at 375 scale, but I mean, just I mean, I don't want be negative or anything, but it's like whatever it is, it's going to have to fit the world I'm building. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I don't think it can fit the world I'm building, I'm probably not going to buy it. So but that's just me. Anybody can. I mean, it's we'll see what it is. There's other people that like different stuff, and so hopefully whatever they make next, it's compatible at least to what I'm doing. So I mean, if it's close, I'll fudge it, but anyway.
I think I could work it into my Star Wars world in a way.
I definitely could work Tron into it for sure. But I mean, if they go say Indiana Jones or I mean, I don't even know what all licenses they hold. You know what I'm saying?
They've done Indiana Jones before.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, I mean, but have they done?
But like, if they did Dungeons and Dragons in your scale, you're probably not going for that. Is what I'm hearing here.
I would probably do that actually because
they actually have done a couple of Dungeons and Dragons sets. So
I see them at my Ollie's every so often.
Yeah, I saw them today at Ollie's. My local one doesn't seem to have gotten their Christmas assortment in because it's just the same old stuff that's been peg warming at Ollie's for a year or so.
Yep.
Nice. All right, Bjorn. So this is your time to shine, buddy. So
this here is the set that started it all.
Nice. My
This
bad.
one specifically.
Sorry.
Not this one specifically, but this is a nice minty copy I got of it.
Right.
So
yes,
this is my first ever Lego set and Lego Star Wars set. Got it at KB Toys.
Oh man!
Way back in the far off year of 1999.
So I have that as well. I am not sure where it's at right now. I was looking for it earlier, and is this what you're talking about right here, Bjorn?
Yeah, still got the old KB toy sticker on it.
Yeah. So I remember where I was when I found out that Lego was going to do Star Wars, and I basically found it out at Walmart because I saw it on the shelf, and I'm like, "Holy crap! Lego's doing Star Wars!" They had the land speeder, they had the snow speeder, if I'm not mistaken. and I can't remember a couple other sets. I can't really remember.
There was the X-wing, and there was the TIE Fighter and Y-wing, and they also
The
started
Falcon
off
was
with.
in that first wave of sets too.
There was also the Darth Maul versus Qui-Gon Tatooine duel.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I do remember that, and I like I said, I that's when I got into Star Wars Legos as well, I guess, because it was Star Wars, you know. And man, I can tell you, the bricks of that they made back in those days versus now, it's totally different, you know.
Mhm.
Definitely.
And you can feel it too if you handle, you know, those from back in the day, you know. Um, but anyway, so you got this one too, Bjorn?
Yes, this was actually a gift with purchase forever ago. It's actually
Nice.
an update of an existing set that they did.
Mm-hmm.
So this is basically version 2 of that set, but modernized. I love it.
Now, I'll tell you this.
All
I don't
Blacktron themed and everything.
like. So I got out of. Well, I did. I should say, I had a couple of Lego sets. Probably like maybe I don't know. Maybe a couple of like castle sets or knight sets or something, but like small ones or something. I think. Before the Star
It was
Wars Lego
fantasy back
came out.
then.
Yeah. And so I think I had like a couple of sets, and I just, you know, it was not something I was really super into, and I was kind of almost, you know, hitting almost like into my teens or something like that, or somewhere close there when I got it. But anyway, I definitely fell in love with Lego like after the Star Wars stuff came out, and the more they've done, I've really liked, you know, what they put out. And I remember seeing, I didn't buy a whole lot, but I definitely remember seeing a lot of different sets on the shelves over the years and stuff like that, you know. And the Blacktron sort of, I guess, theme or whatever, I was not really like, I have no clue about it, you know, as far as,
I was
you know,
thinking late
you know,
80s, early 90s one.
right. And so I know they had another Blacktron set like recently come out,
Mhm.
you know.
I want to
You
get
can find that one on the shelf at Target.
Right. And so I've seen that one. I know a few people that have talked about it that they had that like that, but
and it's actually
anyway.
compatible with that set too.
is it
Awesome.
okay?
Yeah, 'cause that one you could take apart and it's modular.
Now the this is a fine collection of the minifigures, Bjorn.
Yeah, these are the only ones that I have like on display.
Right.
It's a nice mix of various themes. I got some SpongeBob in there, some Toy Story. I do have an Indiana Jones in there right next to Buzz, I think.
I see that.
Got some
Yeah.
Iron
Yeah.
Man.
And
I
you
got
got
one
Johnny
pirate.
Thunder too. So you got it all.
Yeah, that's the new one. I do have an original, but I do not know where he is.
Nice. Yeah.
You got some space guys up there at the top.
Those are the re-release classic Space Guys. I don't have any original at the moment, though.
Now I was like, I didn't know anybody that really did a lot of Lego back in the day, but I know that Space was one of their bigger like sets, I guess, you know. And
Space was one of their 4 tentpole themes back in the day because it was space,
Mhm.
city, fantasy, and like one other.
right. But yeah, and you know, also, you know, it's the big boom of the minifigures, you know, because you know, they started making set those for sale. I don't even know exactly when it started. I'd get within the past 10 or 15 years or something, potentially. But you know, to me, I would buy like maybe a couple minifigures here and there from a set or something, you know, or a wave or whatever. And you know, normally it was not the one I wanted, of course. You know, it was like, shit, I got this one. I was like, okay, all right, well, I'll just put him back. You know, I know I went in pretty hard with the Simpsons one, and I got a lot of doubles of those, and I was like, okay, you know, maybe
I got Homer in there too, right next to Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see that. I had a couple of Barts, and I know I had a Marge, and I can't remember anything past that. I mean, this is probably pushing like, you know, 8 or 9 years, I guess, or something like
Yeah.
that. But Anyway, I have a box that's got like a lot of Lego stuff in it as far as like minifigures, and I haven't dug through it yet because
I have a whole tub.
it's pretty much there at the bottom of this box of like Marvel Legends and Black Series figures and stuff, and I'd have to really dig them out to get it, and so I'm just kind of waiting for the right time.
Amateur.
But
I
anyway,
saw the answer there, but amateur.
what's that?
I was
What's
just
that,
replying to
Warren?
the comment, and Bjorn was calling me, calling my rookie numbers.
Oh
Is it
yeah.
Motion
I have
contest?
like 4 times that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see here. Ari, I guess this was you sent me some pictures and
Yeah.
Oh, Ghost Rider
one of the
bike.
sets that you're looking forward to coming out next year.
Yeah, I tried to mix it up and give you a little bit of things I'm proud of, things I'm looking forward to. And this set to me represents hopefully a little bit of a tonal shift. And you can see it in some of the other upcoming sets price points. They're looking a little more play user friendly coming up this in the it's not spring, in the new year.
Right.
And this one specifically, I don't have a regular Ghost Rider. I do have the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider with the Hell Charger. He's my favorite Ghost Rider, but I'm like, I got to get this.
You gotta get
and
the
I'm
classic
just
one.
really excited about it.
Right. Yeah. So I know that like I said, I've been out of Lego for a minute, and so I know that people are really up in arms. Apparently, about 2 months ago, I was like, you know what, I think about maybe getting back into Lego and doing some world building with that, And so I kind of got into it a little bit, and people are like, they're just kind of how they are in like every fandom, I guess. You've got people that hate to love it and love to hate it, man, because it's like, there's the price, of course, that most people said there's like doubled, for most sets, and so from some of the way that some of these sets are built, that they're not very put together, well, and anyway, so it's it's kind of like normal, kind of like staying in my 1/18th world. There's lots of stuff that we don't like and all that stuff, and so it's it was like, oh, okay, well, it looks like it's about the same going over here in this scale that it is in ours. So
To me,
anyway,
with where I am in my Lego collection, I have everything I had from when I was a kid. I've got everything I've got from the last over 10 years of being back to it. And here we're going to actually talk about some of those problems with this set. I'm now at a point where I can be much pickier about what I want. I'm no longer. There was a time in my purchasing where I was purchasing for minifigures. Now I'm purchasing for like what the build makes me happy.
Right.
Excellent.
This right here is one that I would love to see the line expanded on. This is the new Starship Enterprise D. For those keeping track, Bjorn and I have talked a little bit about this one on the side.
I want to get the gift with purchase that comes with this.
Oh yeah,
I'm just
the
waiting for the
Ensign
express
row
to
and
come
the
in. I can build it myself.
Oh man,
I would love to see them expand this line to be like purchasable shuttlecraft from every ship. Give me the Delta Flyer. Give me the.
That's what my friend A Bird of Prey would be so awesome.
Well, yeah, with this one, a Bird of Prey or
Klingon or Romulan.
Yes, the Warbird. That's it.
But this
is this was just really cool, and it's a new line in general. So I was like, people are going to be excited about this as a potential thing, and I wanted to make sure on your show where you guys do like to talk about what's new and newsworthy that I brought this one up.
So
this
how much is this
one?
one?
A bunch of minifigs.
Yeah, it's got the full bridge crew and beyond for the D.
How much is this one?
400, I believe, US dollars.
It's I guess at this point in time, if you're a Star Trek fan and you definitely like Legos, I guess it's a no-brainer, right? Because it's like, how else are you going to get this? You know what I'm saying?
If this was coming out 5 years ago, I would get it. I can't afford it now, or I just can't justify getting it now. I would love to, but 5 years ago,
it's that's for me. It's like, man, you know, not to be negative or anything like that, but it's like, and you guys know this more than anybody, but it's like, you know, when I see Lego sets $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, I'm like, you know, hey, it looks cool and all, but Jesus, man, I don't have that kind of Lego money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's
What about the $1,000
go up
Death
to it?
I mean, Death Star's 1,000, right? It's like I just,
I was just looking for my magazine. I was gonna hold that up.
you know, it's like, you know, that's a house payment. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's like, I get it that you know, it's a hobby and stuff like that, and if you're into it, you know, more power to you. You know, but it's like, for me, it's like, you know, I'm glad I'm just looking from the back. You know, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll get this set here. Yeah, you go ahead and get that set over there and tell me what you think about it, and I'll just live through it, you know. So
see, that's how I am with Acid Rain through you.
yeah, you know, I mean, everybody has their thing, right? It's like,
there's a threshold for sure.
That's right. It's like,
to those of you who do have interest in the Death Star, anybody watching, go to a Lego store and see it in person. Don't make a purchase based on the pictures you see, because you will either be wowed or you will say, no way, this is not worth it. Because every person who I have known who has actually seen it in person has a very clear yes or no based on seeing it. So if you do have the money to do it, see it before you buy it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
here's a question.
You know, I look at a lot of Lego stuff as, you know, it's almost, for me, is like how I would justify something. It's almost like it's art, right? Because it's like, most of the time you're going to display it somewhere, and it's going to be something, you know, that that you look at on a regular basis, you know. And so for me, it's like, I don't have a problem, you know, with, you know, spending a lot of money on something, but it's like, yeah, I know, yeah, I know. Look, you don't have to beat me up on that. I said that way too much. I get it. Yes, I get it. But you know, I would like to have, like, I know what's going to happen is they'll make this, and then within probably about 3 or 4 years, I guess they'll make the play scale version, I guess, right? Something like that, maybe. Which they seem to be doing a lot lately from Lego sets.
I don't see how they could do a play scale version of the Enterprise.
Well,
I would hope just like a diorama of the bridge would be my hope for that.
You see, for me, it's like, you know, you were talking about the Lego Death Star. There's no way I could really display that as far as like how I would probably want to. But it's like, if I could pick certain aspects of the Death Star, you know, kind of like how they're doing now, like the build a scene type of thing, you know, because they've done several, you know, locations on the Death Star, you know, in Lego format. But to me, that would be a way. Yeah, that's for me. That would be a way that I would probably, is like, I can't afford the whole Death Star, but I could definitely afford the trash compactor, or you know, another part of the you know, the movie that they would have a scene from or something.
In an alternate universe, they didn't do the diorama style ones, and they didn't do the big one, and instead they released it modularly.
Yes.
Over the course of a wave, where it's sort of like, here's your final duel set, here's your trash compactor, here's your Hainer Bay.
Here you go.
They used to do that. Of
they
like,
did basically do that with the last one. The last one we bought, well, we had a really fun time with a first grader during the beginning of the pandemic, and to keep him active in doing things, we were like, we're going to give you money to do things, and with his pandemic money, he bought the Death Star, the old Death Star, the round Death Star, and
awesome.
We
Which
saw
one,
them do
They're
exactly
still-
what Van is saying. The one that was out about 5 years ago. I think it was the third version of the round Death Star, maybe second or third. and it's still assembled in his closet in his room right now. But we did that. He did that. And then you see, okay, we've got the Obi-Wan and a Death Star turbo laser set come out. And then we see the throne room, but slightly bigger. And then, like Bjorn said, we see the trash compactor as a display. So they did almost that exact thing.
Right.
And it was, I think the Death Star at that point was $500. It was still a lot of money. And the only way that we got it was because we weren't spending money in the world we were in. We could pay him to do these things. But it was a wild time. But seeing them come out with these other things where it's like, well, if I didn't have the money to get this, if I wasn't in a position to be able to get this, I could build the Death Star scenes that I want.
Well, that's the best part about Lego in general is that, obviously it's easier to get a set and have like a professional, design it and make it look as pretty as it's going to be. But you could look at something like the Death Star set and be like, I want to make my own, modular version of it. Like, and you can,
Right. Yeah, that's one of the things I kind of like about now is like pretty much if you want to have something, a lot of people have pretty much made most everything at this point in time, or at least working on things. And anyway, getting back to the Star Trek set, I would for sure purchase.
Before you do that,
go
let
ahead.
me ask one quick question here. I've been trying to get it. So this new like $1,000 Death Star set, are the instructions available on the Lego site?
They should be.
I think so at this time, since it's been released for a little bit. You can find pretty much any instruction on Lego set on Lego.com.
Yeah. So if you wanted to go a more affordable route, you could just download the instructions, use the bricks you already have, and
from what I understand it, the construction, they are the little modules. So you could look up the instructions and just build the little modules if you wanted to.
Yeah, I think it's going to be possible. The only issue that I've run into, oh nice, that's awesome. Oh, there's so many. Is just because each year Lego develops so much further, new parts come out. It's getting to the point where like I don't get as many new sets. So when I maybe want to replicate something, I don't even have that piece. It just doesn't exist in my
right.
So like I definitely think it's going to be possible. With Brinklink, it's possible. It's just crazy how you like if you were to, I don't collect them, but like they have those Speed Champion sets, and there's so many new pieces that kind of come through that wave or that series just in general, that if you were to combine or compare, 1-2 years ago to one now, it would be like there's 80 new pieces.
Oh yeah. I want to say about 6 years ago, I got the Dodge Charger, Dodge Challenger Speed. Because I mentioned earlier, the Hell Charger is my favorite. I'm going to buy a Charger if it's available. And there's a new one out now, and I'm like, that's so much better than the one I bought.
So this Star Trek set here, if you buy it, I guess you get the shuttle as far as like a gift or whatever. Like I would for sure buy a shuttle.
That's a time limited thing though.
Yeah,
so
I know.
You only get it for a certain while.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, if they made a Lego shuttle, that would be like more my speed, because it's like I'm not dropping $400, on Enterprise or anything like that. I'm not doing that. I have to cherry pick at this point in time, like what I get, and so anyway. All right, well, moving on. So Ninjago's got a set coming out, right?
Yes, and this one is another one that is pretty exciting. 15-year anniversary for Ninjago. And
really?
When I was a kid,
15 already?
Yes, 15 already.
Jesus
When I was a kid, I had and I still have the original Ninja theme Shogun Castle. So I
remember that one.
It's so good. When my kids started getting into Ninjago, I was like, yeah, let's do it. So I've got a bin full of Ninjago Legos next to me. And I know that this show is more space and sci-fi themed in a lot of the stuff that you guys talk about. So I wanted to make sure I talk about this fantasy line that is arguably the best line Lego has going right now. And it's the most affordable line Lego has going in terms of pricks for what you get.
It's the only series that's still making like $10 battle pack type sets where you get more than a single minifigure.
Yes.
Like,
Mm.
So you can spend $150 on a set, but you can also get a $15, a $20, a $50 set and be getting something that's well built.
Yeah.
So I just, again, plugging this cool line. And if you have any like nostalgia for Ninjago in any way, shape, or form, this is probably the set you want.
Well, I do
Also,
like I
this
love
thing here,
Japanese. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
this set here is based off the first season of the animated show they did back in the day.
Yes.
Also,
Oh yeah, we watched much of that on repeat for many years.
And like I'm a big fan of just like Japanese culture and architecture. So like just this house by itself would be a cool little set to get.
are you going to get that Japanese art set next year?
I might. I'm tempted.
Pretty
Well, I was
cool
at Target today. I saw they had that the way what they call it, the wave.
Beautiful.
That's
yeah.
like based off a famous Japanese painting. And it was tempting as well until I looked at the price tag and I was like, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna leave that on the shelf.
All right. Hey, Bob, you got to run the show for a little bit. My computer is like not
Freaking out?
working. Yeah,
All
so I'm
right.
gonna like reset this thing. So I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, no problem. I'll keep us going. We'll just move on to
Alright.
here. Oh,
Here's the
looks like
GOAT,
can't
the
see
greatest
set.
of all time set for me, the Mos Eisley Cantina.
I want to get that set so bad.
If you've seen my page on Instagram, almost I would say 50% of my Lego shots involve this in some way. It used to be on the bottom shelf behind me that I'm pointing at. And I moved that for Fantasy Lego. Currently it's Jurassic Park. And then it was on the table behind me here.
Mhm.
And now, I don't know if Brian put the shot in, but it's now on the card table right here that I am building out. Building out a like full Tatooine diorama. And I actually brought with today a little thing for Jabba to be carried around on that I built over the weekend.
That's awesome.
Excellent.
Is that the original Java?
It is not. It's a Flego Jabba. It's just at a local Comic Con for $10.
Now, the shots that I've seen on your Instagram where you the interior of the cantina, is that actually built into this set or is that like a
Yes.
different?
It
Oh, yeah.
hinges.
I lost the presentation.
Well,
Okay, anyway, keep going. Well,
I can't do it right now with the corded headphone, but yeah,
Just imagine it like this book.
oh yeah.
and then it kind of like
That's how like some of the castles used to be. They hinge. And,
Yeah.
it's multifaceted as well, so it hinges like in
in
multiple
several
ways.
places.
So you can make it be
Nice.
like fully flat. You can have it be like a V. You can have it be closed, and I usually have it be closed for space. But
Right.
one thing we haven't really talked about yet is, for me, the most important thing with Lego is that it's both playable and displayable.
Mm-hmm.
I had the Millennium Falcon. That was my personal COVID time purchase.
Okay.
The big
and
one.
the big one. And it was on top where I now have my don't touch Legos.
These are daddy's Legos.
Yep.
Get your hands off.
Anything else goes, but anything that is at my eye level is for me.
Yeah.
Fair.
And you can't play with it. It's so fragile. You can't move it around. You can't even look at it. I had a terrible time building it because it came in 4 huge boxes, and one of the boxes was a duplicate of the other box instead of the box that it was supposed to be. So
Did you get the UCS one?
yeah.
That thing's
so like
freaking huge.
I hated it I hate built it. It took months for the pieces to get to me. And eventually I sold it to my local bricks and minifigs for in-store credit because I'm like, every time I look at this, I think I can't do anything with this ever. It's just collecting dust. And I hated the building process. So I said, why would I keep this?
Yeah.
Let's get some Legos I want and trade it in for Vikings Legos.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, when I said earlier when we were talking about the Enterprise, and I was like, oh, I would have gotten this 5 years ago. That's when I got that set. Like that's
Yeah.
how I know I would have gotten it, because I was like, this is one of those sets where I really try not to give in to FOMO, and it's so hard with Lego just in general. But that was a set I'm like, they're never probably going to make these minifigs again. These are excellent. Like the build is awesome. I just had to have it. So I'm glad that you're showcasing it, because it is an awesome set. And it compacts actually really well.
I have 4 Lego Falcons.
Oh wow.
Well, see, I have my Force Awakens one. I have one from like 2004.
Oh
I
yeah,
have a
the
midi
second
scale
one.
one, and then a micro scale one. But I have no room for the UCS one because, I mean, I have a Ghost, and I barely have room for that.
The Ghost is awesome. The Rise of Skywalker Falcon they did is excellent. I think it's their best one. It has the best proportions and the best prawns.
It is really nice. We have the Lando's Kessel Run one.
Nice.
And I like that one a lot. But if I didn't have that one in my house, the Force Awakens one would be the one I have.
So I was just going to show you. I do have this. My son got into Ninjago as well, and so I was buying him lots of Lego sets, and so he didn't even open this one. He had so many of them that he just kind of put some of them to the side because he just didn't have enough, I guess, time to open up whatever. And I asked him the other day, I said, hey, you going to do anything with that? He's like, I don't know. I was like, you care if I build it? He's like, no, I don't care. So I've pretty much claimed all his Lego that I bought for him. And because he's like, I'm not going to mess with it. I said, okay. So I was buying him Lego stuff for years, stuff that I kind of like Star Wars, Marvel, Ninjago. Like, here's Lego stuff, son. Build it, And then I'd help him build some stuff here and there. And so anyway, so now it all comes back to me. So I'm like, oh, cool. Well, I have a little bit of a starting base to get started. And so anyway, I guess I'm having some computer issues tonight or whatever. But where were you guys at as far as pictures go? I know
we were right here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're about to move on to, it looks like Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. And I put this one on here because
I have that set.
it's so good. I am a very emotional person. And I bought this summer. And I built it immediately. And I cried building the Jeep. It was like the biggest nostalgia thing I did not expect. But this reframed the way I think about Lego. I was like, I'm going to turn this table into a Jurassic Park table. But I wound up freezing on that. I got in over my head on what I wanted to build, which is why I've switched it over to Mos Eisley, because I have a lot of pieces that can work for that without needing to build too much on my own. But that Jeep was a complete surprise in terms of being like a really solid build and just a perfect nostalgia bomb for me. So that's why this one's here. Yes.
Looks great. You can have your Brontosaurus be your Ronto in Mos Eisley.
I could do
some
that.
Jawas on them.
Your dad would do that.
Yeah.
And then this
I got
one,
that full wave.
it's a really good wave. I was originally worried about it because of the price for them, but it's worth it. This here is the Dark Forest Fortress. And this I remember getting for Christmas, and I want to say 1997. It was back when the boxes had the flip lids where they had the minifigures semi-assembled. It's actually, the base for it is right here.
Oh yeah, I remember when they used to do those kind of
with a Lego
faces.
Ninjago guy in a mummy cage.
Those sarcophagus pieces are so cool.
Yes. And I still love it today. I built it a couple of years ago after it sat in the bag for a while, and it was not as advanced as I remembered it being, but it's still like just so much fun. Because I got this Lego set, I remember going to the library and getting the King Arthur legend and the Legend of Robin Hood and reading those for the entire summer. Again, this was a set that changed my trajectory because at the time I was into pirate Lego sets and not really into anything else. Yeah, Nebula, there we go.
Yep.
The Horseman, the Wolf Pack.
Yes, and my brother was into the Lion Knights.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So we had
You
like
had the,
opposing factions.
Yeah, I had the Black Falcon castle as a kid.
Mm-hmm. We've got one of those. I don't know which one because it was a gift from my aunt after my cousin was done with it. And then this one is a Ultimate Collector Series, I think, or Lego Icons or something. It's the Boutique Hotel. This is a modular set that is retiring at the end of this year. I think that was when you got the castle. That's my brother.
Oh, okay.
Hi, his brother.
Yep. You may know him as I am not a committee. But set was not reworked.
I don't know what that's referring to.
So what is this set? What is this set from? Is it anything in particular or what?
This set that we're looking at here. Sorry, I was reading the comments. Bad art. This is the Boutique Hotel, and this was like the corner piece of our Lego City, which was on the table here before I tore that apart. My wife and I did to like focus on building more creatively. We got this as an anniversary present to ourselves a couple of years ago, and
to answer that question, this was before the Star Wars license that Forrest said earlier. So no.
There we go. Thank you. And again, of all, I think we've got maybe 5 to 6 of the modular sets, and that is my favorite one that I have built. And it's partly I built it with my wife, but also just in terms of all the details of this little hotel and a little art shop, it comes together so nicely.
So you're saying, so were all these sold like separately?
Yes. So this is one set that you're looking at here, but there's like a full line of sets that interconnect.
Gotcha.
They typically, the non-licensed ones run about $229. I think they might be increasing a little bit, but it's like huge sets and takes a couple of days to build, and they have fun architectural elements in them and stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't have any of the modular sets, but I'm a big fan. Just aesthetically, I think they look great.
Oh wait, now here is. Sorry guys, I feel like I bogarted the show from you all with sending Brian too many pictures. This is the set I was talking about that brought me back to Lego.
I think we underestimated our ability to talk Legos tonight.
If you want to skip through mine and get to whatever Van has, you can after this one. But this set is not a particularly great set, but it has Iron Fist, and Iron Fist is my favorite Marvel superhero. I have a tattoo of the dragon on my arm because I was too chicken to get it on my chest. But I have the dragon logo, and this set came with Iron Fist, and my wife was like, "You got to have that," and she got it for me, and then that kind of kicked back open the door into the world of Lego for me. I remember we lived in a tiny apartment in Ypsilanti, Michigan. We had a really fun cat with vivacious personality. And she did not love Legos, but I did.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point of having Legos is if you can't rebuild it when the cat knocks it down or when your kid and knocks one down. It's like, I bought her like Rapunzel's tower, and that thing got destroyed like 2 or 3 times, because it was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, apparently. And so the last time I was like, look, I'm like, I was putting it together with like other parts, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it was rough. Like by the third time I had to put it together, I'm like, look, if this thing falls down one more time, it's like, it's probably going to be done, you know? And so anyway, but I have what's left of that, like in one of these boxes laying around somewhere, you know, and I might, you know, at some point put it back together, you know, and then like put it in her room one day or something. Cause she's like considerably older now, but she's still probably get a kick out of it. But, yeah, it's funny how, you know, like older Lego sets that I saw, you know, when I was younger and stuff like that. And even say like 5 or 10 years ago that I saw, that when I see them now, it's like, you know, it's they're still cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like they've definitely updated a lot of sets and stuff. But you know, it's you know,
saw his comment, and I just had
Yeah,
these
that's
right
for
next
red.
to me.
Oh, and there's the shelf of don't touch because it's too high up.
yeah, it's just
yeah.
yeah, I get
Yes.
that.
But you see, sometimes I do pictures with that Groot. He comes out and goes around town with me for a little photo shoot.
Nice.
Nice.
I think I bought my wife that one. It's like we got into Legos a little bit where she would you know, I would kind of buy some stuff for her, she buy some stuff for me. And so I was kind of big into the helmets and stuff. And I have to say I'm terrible because it's like I haven't put any together. But this is like one of my favorite like you know, Star Wars helmets, the Biker Scout. And so it's like it's still in the box. I just have not put it together, you know. But anyway, I always like to see people's Lego shelves and stuff because it's like that ours would kind of look like that because some of the stuff we have is like we have Groot and we have I think we have BB-8. I think we've got Grogu. And I can't remember what all other ones we have, but anyway, I do like the fact that they are making stuff more now these days, where you can pretty much put it on the shelf, you know, that people can see. You know what I'm saying? It's almost kind of like for regular people now. You know what I'm saying? Some of the Lego sets, you know,
The normies.
yeah, for the normies, pretty much. So what were you saying about this one, Ari? I remember you messaged me and said, is this
So this is a different version of the sig fig that I showed.
Okay.
The signature figure. I used this for one of our mixtape collaborations a while back that had some saxophone in it. And yeah, I am gonna actually, I'm trying to type to you guys and say this, but I'm gonna have to leave here. My time with you is run short.
Okay.
So if you do want to skip through the rest of what I had to get to the other guys, I will hop on and listen here. But I'm gonna have to say au revoir.
All right. Well, hey,
No problem. Thanks for joining us.
Yes,
Awesome.
I'm so appreciative for the invite tonight, guys, and I will see you in the comments. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it again sometime for sure.
Oh,
Thank you.
This
Yeah,
isn't going to be the only Lego show.
Yeah. Have a good one,
All right,
Ari.
goodbye, all.
But yeah, so we're just going to kind of run through these right quick. But I definitely will say I don't have any Jurassic Park Legos, but having, you know, those two in the Jeep would be kind of a cool thing for sure. You know, some of your more iconic, you know, scenes and stuff. And like here's this cantina, which is kind of sort of put together, you know, sort of taken apart a little bit. Yeah, that's a nice one.
I didn't get that set. The Jurassic Park sets are awesome, but they're pricey and they're extra pricey on top of Lego because those pieces, the dinosaur pieces, they're big pieces. They're hunks of plastic. They're crazy.
Yeah, I'll say this:
we only use like one time. So
yeah, we got a few Lego sets for my son. That's Jurassic Park. I don't know where those are at, but I'm trying to hunt them down. But The Cantina is probably the one Lego set I wish I'd have pulled the trigger on that I didn't, And anyway, that's my one
Download
regret.
the instructions.
Do what?
Just download the instructions.
Yeah, but do you think I have that many brown bricks? I don't. It's like
Use gray or some other color.
I don't want to build it out of gray bricks, man. And that was
Okay.
Bricklink, Brian. You should make a Bricklink account, and even if you just use it for fun, it's an awesome website.
Or if you have a Lego store in your area, they've got that pick a brick wall. Just load up on some.
I'm definitely. My plan is to definitely build a couple things that I don't actually have, but with pieces I do have. So it's like I do that with something. I just haven't figured out what yet. Yeah, of course, Ari. Like I said, we'll have you on.
Yeah, Ari, awesome.
We're definitely going to try to do this show. Once a quarter, somewhere around there. But yeah, like I said, I definitely think he's got a wide variety of Lego sets. I like that. I like the variety of of Lego, especially because you can fudge most of it. He told me that he was wanting to build minifigures out of some of his favorite like Magic the Gathering.
That's cool.
So
Well, Famin, hey Famin.
Hey, what's up? Yes, it's another brick in the wall. Yeah. All right, Van. So
Wait, and before we get too deep into Van here, there was a question for him. Let me just scroll back up here.
If it's from Starboy, you can ignore that. Yeah, ignore that.
No,
No,
we have to answer.
no, come on.
He's trying to bait. He knows there's a story there. He's trying to embarrass me.
yeah.
Okay.
Story.
So we don't want to give him. Don't feed the animals.
Okay.
I
Fair
think we
enough.
should feed the animal.
I broke his Lego set. I was upset.
Uh-oh.
But
Like,
I also
you just
built all
put
of
it
his
back-
Lego sets at the time. So
Nice.
Oh.
nice.
I create and I destroy.
Okay, yeah, that's a builder. It's a builder's life right there.
Mhm.
Sorry, the
So-
pictures I sent you were horrible. Other than some of the Lightbox ones, but these ones are not.
So what is this basically? Was this, I guess, the Death Star?
So I built. This is my personal project.
Okay.
I'm building my own station. I've been working on it a couple years. I've not had a lot of time, or I've just not been motivated to work on it. I had a big spurt of energy. And there's a local, so we have a Bricks and Minifigs, I know it's like a chain type store, but we have a family owned store called Bunster Brick where I'm at. And they do a thing where they have the sort of like Chinese takeout boxes, and as many bricks as you can fit in that box, you could take home for $15 to $18, right?
Oh, nice.
And they were doing, they do stuff where like if you have it stamped, they give you a discount because you're a repeat customer. They have these big bins full of bricks. And so this last year and the year before, I've gotten less sets just because I can't afford it.
Yeah.
But I can afford, $15 to $18 every once in a while to get bricks to build something. So a lot of this is my collection. Most of my personal brick building stuff, like a lot of the useful stuff, has gone into this. I still have a lot of leftover, but a lot of the big stuff, and then going there, I've been working on it. But
one of us.
I wanted a station to go with Starboy Station, so mine's modular in that I can like pull off each section. Each piece is built on the off the top, Bjorn, you might know, but the basic base plate that is usually green, blue, white, or tan.
The 32 by 32 one.
Yeah, I think so. They're all built on one of those
Nice.
base plates, so they can. I have a couple Technic pins. They're not connected now, so that's why there's a little bit jumbled. But yeah, I built 3 sections. I built a hanger, and then the second section is kind of like a storage, and then hallways, and then this one is like there's a bar on the one side. Behind this wall is the detention center. So I didn't want to overflow you with pictures because it's hard to get it all in one
No, I get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
So let me
yeah.
ask you this. So is that so? I can't really see because I had to switch computers, and it's hard for me to see. But what are those two? Is that like a
I wanted to make
authority?
a sign, so it's like a Rhodian and a Bith, but they're
Okay.
like
Okay.
signs or advertisements.
Two
Nice, man. I
favorite
like it.
alien species in Star Wars.
I like that. Yeah, that's great. So, I just had a thought. And my thought was, I do world building a little bit for like a Tatooine type, world for my 1/18th, scale figures. I was like, because I was like, man, tracking down a lot of brown bricks would be kind of hard to do. Whereas I have
I
like a
would be
million.
careful with the brown bricks because
I
you
have,
run into the brittle brown brick problem, which Lego has.
okay, well, I
So
have a million gray bricks. So it's
Yes.
like, maybe I build, instead of building on dirt, maybe I build a station that's actually a station instead of,
Mhm.
because I don't have like a space station. I've got like a planet, that I'm working
Mhm.
on behind me. So maybe with the Lego, I changed up and make like an actual station, with that one,
There's no
so
shortage of gray, like you said.
I
With
was gonna say, yeah, I can walk through 3 rooms and probably swing a bucket and drag out that many gray bricks in each one of those rooms.
and I've been
But
trying to avoid being too gray.
yes,
Like I've been with
no, it looks
building
good.
brick. You can't necessarily. I don't like to. I used to as a kid paint my bricks and stuff, but I
Right?
don't. I don't. This is all purist. So you want to add that texture. You want to add that gray.
Yeah,
And
sure.
so,
Yeah,
Mhm.
it looks
Yeah, I
really
do
good.
like how you got the dark and light gray mixed in
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
thank you. One of the parts I'm most proud about, this Hainer. I love this Hainer. It's meant to look like the Hainers in Battlefront, the classic
Mhm,
Battlefront games.
mhm.
Where I didn't decorate these. Usually they have some stuff on it, but I moved them to take better pictures of them. But I have the droids, like the healing and the ammo droid. I made little versions of those. But the thing I'm most proud about is this section. Sorry, just that last picture.
This right here. Yeah.
Um, it's hard to tell, but I want it to look like the elevator is going down or it's
Mhm.
mid down. So there's one in the back and it's up all the way. It doesn't move or anything, and this one doesn't move either. But I wanted to give that illusion that like this is a
Oh,
elevator
yeah.
that's in progress of moving
Yeah,
up and
that's
down.
awesome. So I have a question for you. So on the bottom, I've seen where a lot of people that are like building scenes and stuff, they have like, so is there like I guess my question is are they using those like gray or what their normal base plates are and then putting black bricks all around it? Is that how they're like starting that or whatever, and then they build up from the gray from whatever their color base plate is?
So at least for me, yeah, I'm starting with so you can kind of see it in this picture. Like there's a little blue one, this one is a white one, and there's a green one right there. So I'd start with the basic base plate, which is that really thin
Yeah.
layer, and then I do at least for the outer edge of mine, I've done a border in black just to
Mhm.
kind of almost like the cross section, right? That
Right.
represents the cross section of like we're seeing through walls, and
Yeah.
then I build up with a big part of reason why I go to that local shop is I need filler brick.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you don't want to use all your gray pieces or your useful
Right,
pieces
right.
on the inside. So I'm like, that's where all your blues, all your color bricks, your
Right.
pinks and your oranges and all that kind of stuff goes in there.
Uh,
So that's at
just,
least what I do.
You're
Used to be
talking
a
about
trade
filler
book, but it's
bricks.
like scratch and dent bricks to do all that filling in.
Yeah, or
You
like
can also
sticker
use
pieces.
duplicate bricks.
This is true. I don't have any, and I haven't gotten any, but there are people like who do those huge mocks. That, yeah, doing the Duplo bricks is really smart.
I really like this right here. Like I love that little bar, and I may have to potentially find some instructions for something like that because I kind of like want to do like a locale where I sort of have the inside of a place. Thanks, Ian,
Take
for
it
watching.
easy, Ian.
Yeah, I sort of want to have like a locale where I can like, a bar or something like that where I can change things up, where I can actually get inside of it. I have a face, you know what I'm saying, for the place,
Mm-hmm.
but then I also have like a sort of bigger play area to where I can actually move people around and stuff like that inside. And that's what I kind of want to do.
Have you
But
downloaded Studio?
no. I am just scratching the surface on all this. Like I said,
I would recommend downloading Studio
yeah,
or stud.io, however you pronounce it.
right.
It's a place where you can digitally build the Lego, and you could build it however you want to. That way you can get an idea
Of
what
what
it
I need.
looks like.
Yeah.
And it'll automatically generate a parts list for you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get into that. Like for me, it's like I was trying to figure out the past couple months, like what direction I wanted to go and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And so I think I pretty much just figured it out about what I want to do. I think I want to make like a bar, area in, I guess, a station, and I want to have that be like the play area as far as like being able to, take pictures of the scenes and stuff in that bar area. So, or at least that's what I'm gonna attempt to do. I guess we'll see. I mean, it's,
I have a bunch of pictures I can send your way.
Sure. Like I said, I'm pretty much new to this whole Lego designing and all that stuff, and so that's another thing too. I'm kind of like looking forward to getting into something that's a little bit different, just to kind of get a little bit of a break from what's behind me and stuff. So anyway,
there's pros and cons. Like I'm a fan of both. Like I like action figure stuff, but I like Lego. Lego for me is easier to sort of collect and be creative with, just because like I like doing all the same stuff that my dad does. He has the space for it and the tools to do it, whereas I like being able to be like, I want to make this. I part of the challenge and creativity is using the available pieces to do that, versus like a kit basher who works similarly, but like my dad will make it out of foam, or he'll craft it, or he'll shape, like there's ways to make it if it doesn't exist. I think with Lego it's fun to play in the limitations of what parts you have and all that stuff.
I totally agree. Because another thing is too, the thing I like about Lego is it's small enough to where you don't have to go in for like a huge shot. If you want to get a smaller shot, it works for you because they are smaller, you know what I'm saying? And so you can kind of get in there a little bit more, and so
or you can even play with scale in that you make something micro and do like a forced perspective type thing.
Right.
Which is always cool. I like when people do that. It's really cool.
So this was, I forgot which one it was. Was this the part where these were some of your favorite builds or that you have from?
So yeah, so I know that we were talking about maybe picking sets we like, and a lot of the sets I like, I just don't have built right now, and I didn't want to just send pictures.
Right.
And so I wanted to pick pictures that I could kind of talk about or have a story with. So with this, this is someone else's custom. I wish off the top of my head, I have it written down somewhere, but I love cloud cars. They're one of my favorite ships in Star Wars.
I agree.
They did one back in the first early waves of Lego in the 90s, early 2000s. And then they had one come with the Cloud City set. But they've done mini ones, but like play scale, minifigure scale cloud cars is not something that they've really done with a lot with, and they're usually red, not orange. And so I picked this one because there's a really awesome website. It's called Rebrickable, and people sell and or post instructions on Rebrickable. You can filter your searches by those that you pay money for or those that are free.
Right.
And so people put their instructions on, and they include parts list, and a lot of them are free. So this one was free. It was amazing. And I just used what I had. I had to order a couple parts, but the parts I didn't have in orange or couldn't find for a good price in orange, I did in brown, because I'm like, it's a mining colony planet. Like, obviously, Cloud City is all about looking nice. I'm sure there's a couple rusted cloud cars.
Sure.
And so there's a little bit of visual texture in there by adding like that burnt brown color and then the normal brown color. So, but I wanted to shout out Rebrickable. I use Rebrickable very often, and there's a couple other pictures I think that'll pop up that
Nice. I like that cloud car though. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's kind of a more fragile. Most custom stuff is. I mean, that's why Lego builders get paid the big bucks for the big bricks, is because they have to consider playability, durability. Can a child build this?
Right.
Can ages blank through blank build this? Whereas, obviously custom workers don't have to build as much.
So I have a question for you. Okay, so they're talking about that they may release another, I guess, Razor Crest next year, but as a
That's
place,
a possibility. I know they've released a play scale one before,
which is an awesome set.
And all they would have to do is just like re-deco the outside, because I think the new one has a couple of extra stripes. So it wouldn't even be that much to redo the set.
So my question is, do you think I should get the original Razor Crest or wait and get the new play scale?
Well, there's two schools of thought there. If you wait and they don't, that means the first one's going to be more expensive, because that one's only going to keep going up.
Right.
Or you just get the old one and then they release a new one. Do you get that one? Flip a coin, I guess.
Well, I guess my question is I guess, how much different would the play scale version be from the original? As far as like how much smaller is it going to be?
Because they do have a shrinking problem.
It might actually be smaller,
right?
Because what they've been doing the recent years is the new versions of previous sets they've done. They've shrunk it just a little bit.
Yeah, because it's like, what do you guys think about the Slave One? Have you
So I haven't built it yet, but I got the Django one for my birthday. I'm really excited because, again, that's a set that they have not put out
since 2002.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. That should have been a set forever ago. But I think that scale is fine. I think for me, from a price point, I would be that set was $70. I got it as a gift, but I'd rather pay $70 than like $200 for something I will not be able to display.
Joel, I tried. Okay, it's just okay. Anyway,
I think to answer your question, I think that the one that came out is really cool. I don't have it built right now, but it's really cool. I like it a lot. I think it depends on if you want the new movie characters that they might include in a new set versus the old set. Because I think now you could honestly look at Bricklink, like we were saying, because you can buy sets out of box and it might not have all the minifigs, but it's going to be cheaper.
Yeah, for me, it's like I'm not really looking forward as far as like the figures concerned. I just want to build the ship. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And I do. I mean, I don't have a Mandalorian, right now, but it's like I want to get one. But it's like I have a feeling those are still pretty easy to get, and it's like, especially with the movie coming out, so it's like you're definitely going to have more chances to get that, next year. But I'm just trying to figure out, what's the best route to go on that, because I really want to Razor Crest, and I missed out on the 1/18th scale one, and so I'm really jonesing for a Razor Crest. So anyway,
one of these days, Bjorn, you're gonna have to share your screen and just go through and show Ryan how easy Bricklink is to use, because you can search the set, I only look at shipping via America, via USA, because you can buy stuff internationally, but it's more expensive.
It's just simple. The set number that's there, you could look it up by set number.
Right.
Yeah, and then you can go through.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. It's like I said,
a very useful website. Yeah,
it's not something I've really messed with. Because I'm just sort of getting into it, but
it's a game changer for sure, and I think it might help you. Yeah,
learn you a couple things.
Okay,
I think it will help you with making those decisions, like you're talking about with the Razor Crest.
Hey, Timbo. Hey, man. All right. So is this one a?
So this is a custom build.
Custom?
Sometimes you just have ideas and you want to execute them and see how see what happens. Right. And so I really like the idea of the TIE silencer that Kylo Ren flies. And I said, what would it look like if I built Darth Vader's TIE silencer? And so this is
Nice.
the main part is inspired by Vader's TIE Advanced, and then the wings are inspired by Kylo's TIE Silencer.
Well,
So
see,
this is a
to
custom
me,
build.
it kind of looked like you took the Interceptor wings and just put them on the Darth Vader tie.
See, it kind of that's exactly how it looks, but it's completely custom. I did look at previous versions of the set to help me get the shaping right for the middle part, but then the wings is based off of the TIE Silencer set, so it's just combining.
So, I kind of really want to get that TIE bomber. You know,
It looks good. I
um,
wish I had it as well. It's a nice looking model.
that's one of them. I mean, I think I kind of really want a TIE fighter, and then I found out that they're doing Darth Vader's TIE fighter. You know, I think next year. I think that's one of the rumors that was floated or something. And I'm like, I do like this because I have like very little Star Wars ships. Like I got this Y wing right here that I bought, a few years ago, and I like it and everything.
Is that the Rogue One version?
It is.
That's one of my favorites. I thought that was a great set.
It was, and it had some really cool figures come with it too.
Yeah.
Yep. But I don't have like very many like Empire ships. And so I kind of, I want to get some, because some of them are, they're just super cool, right? And so I'm trying to like get into getting a few, the ships. So anyway, but the TIE bomber was one that I was like, man, I've almost walked out of Target, or Walmart with it like 4 or 5 times, because I'm like, I don't have a Darth Vader, minifig or anything, and that comes with that, and a little droid too, I think. And I'm like, man, I could just get all those in one swoop,
Yeah, it's a cool set.
But anyway, I'm very excited to see what comes out next year. I normally like don't get into like the rumors and stuff like that, websites or.
I follow all that stuff. So,
but I have been following a lot of that stuff just so I'll get like, oh, what's coming out? Oh, that's kind of cool, It's like
some of the smaller sets got leaked. Some of the images and they look really cool.
So
all right, this is actually fully custom. I didn't look. It's not based on any set or anything.
Nice.
I have like weird.
I could see some inspiration there from a certain couple ships.
Yeah, there's definitely some inspiration. So I love all Star Wars. I've grown up loving Star Wars. I like new stuff. I like old stuff. But one of my favorite windows of when I was a kid is the games and like playing Battlefront, playing Clone Wars, like the early 2000s, or like when the Micro series was coming out, between the 2 Clone Wars series. And I love the new Clone Wars, of course, too. But it's like there was this window of sort of this like prequel revelry. And I'm a prequel kid. I love all that kind of stuff. And so in Battlefront, the original 2004 Battlefront, they have a droid gunship, but this is before they create one for the actual series because all they were working off of was episode 1 and 2 in terms of like the content. And so they have their own custom design in that video game. And I've always loved it. And this is that ship.
Nice.
I can't remember the name of it. You can see where later on, like you have the droid gunship that appears in Revenge of the Sith and the Clone Wars and all that comes in. But this is a ship that they designed for that game, and I love weird Star Wars stuff like that. Or like, I love like Kenner only ships, like mini rigs, and you're gonna see a couple inspired. Mini rig stuff as we go on. Like I love the stuff that doesn't exist in a movie or a show that some other studio like made it and immortalized it in the series.
Right. No, I definitely know what you're talking about. I like that orange little flight pod sort of ship or something that I don't think it was ever in Star Wars or anything. It's like the one where it can stand up or you can like fold it down to make that little ship out of it. I know the one you're
talking about. That was actually in the newest Star Wars Visions.
Yes, so it was. I know your dad has one, Van.
We have one at Chucky's too.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a little cool, like one of those little mini rig type deals where it's just a little small. It was, probably was $10 when it came out way back in the day, something like that. But yeah, that's
I just love that kind of stuff. I love the like the weird off canon, like not even from a comic or anything or a book, or it's just
Right.
like somebody made this weird thing. I like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I included a couple custom figures that I've made, some with a purpose, some for fun. Later on, we'll see a couple pictures that is more in tune with it. But I ran a Star Wars D&D game. We used the 5e system. Somebody has made like a very comprehensive like 5e rewrite for Star Wars, where they put in their own enemies and how lightsabers work and how ship combat works, and it was really fun. But we used Lego as our models.
Hey, Tone.
You know what's actually fun about Legos? It's very close to actually D&D scale.
Exactly, and so that was why it was perfect for. So this is some characters, like this was a bounty hunter that I could throw at them, and doing some fun techniques that they've got some really cool new pieces that have come out. They're more commonplace now, but it's the plate that is rounded and it has the
A
hollow
hole in the middle.
Well, it has the two on each side, and so like you can put bars through it.
I know the piece you're talking about. I just can't. I don't know the technical name.
I don't know the technical name. I don't have like a quick one, but that makes it so you can do stuff like this with like doing the bottom, just doing a minifig torso without having to do minifig legs and building robotic ones. It looks good for droids.
Yes,
Okay.
he's right on that one.
All right. So I think I have seen these characters before.
This is true. So this is my version. If anybody's familiar with Starboy Station, a couple years ago, I took over while he was on vacation, and I was taking some pictures for him. And I created characters known as the Nargula 5.
Yeah, right.
And I made some Lego renditions in the event that I got off my butt and started working on my station a little bit better, so we could tell stories, together or influence each other.
I love that Gong Droid, man. That one is a classic.
Well, I love any Gong Droid.
Yeah, it was fun to figure out how to build that. I love the I
Yeah.
love building Gong Droids. They're really cool, and that Kenner one, classic, and it was fun to try to figure out how to build a Lego.
I love the Kenner Gong Droid, man. I love it.
But when I designed the characters, I designed them in a way that I'm like, I know I can recreate this both in action figure form and in Lego form.
Right.
So
what were the names again of these?
oh man, I was just like reminding myself. Can pull it up.
It's no big deal if you don't. It's all good. It's like
some of them
like,
I remember off the top of my head, and some I don't. So it's the sniper is meant to be like a Naboo handmaiden that was like marooned, and so she's kind of survival mode. That's Cora. We have Gil Shadet, which is the Tusken Raider. The idea is that he's kind of a tragic hero. He was stolen from Tatooine to fight in an arena, and all he wants to do is get back home. He has a family he wants to get back home to. We have Omen, who's in the middle. I never revealed it in the story, but in my head canon, he is like still a clone, like a prequel clone who is just like almost like a Weapon X style, like being kept alive through some sort of machinery, and is just a very angry person.
right.
The Weequay is named Batar, and his tragic story is that he is a POW that doesn't know the war is over. Like his captive or his captors haven't told him that, hey, the Empire lost the war. Like, so he lives not knowing, which I think is kind of tragic. And then we have the Gongas known as Gen, short for Generation 1, because that's all they know about her, is that she is a Generation 1 Gonk droid. But in my story, I said that she is the most mysterious and dangerous of all of the members, for who knows why. But
Nice.
yeah, that's Nargula 5. I had more hopes to do stuff. I was going to make some figures for Starboy Station, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah, life happens, right?
It happens.
It happens, yeah.
That's my line.
That's right.
Oh, sorry. Stuff happens. There we go.
These are some more custom characters. You know how we all are. We kind of come up with our own little stories for people, and maybe there's no outlet for that other than just making stuff. Yeah, I'd love to continue the story. But these are 4 Jedi characters that I've kind of created in my own world. I didn't include them, but the idea is that they have like a cabal of Sith that they fight. Like one of the ideas for the villain would be like a Naboo witch, like a sorceress type character. But these 4 Jedi are like Jedi Knights, and in my little story for them, they're not connected to the larger Star Wars universe. It's more like, I love Visions because Visions is just, we're playing with our toys in the toy box, and we don't care who wrote what story is
Right.
truth and what is absolute and all that kind of stuff. It's just like we're all having fun and we're playing with the toys.
Let's make cool stories.
So I treat my
stories from new perspectives.
Exactly. So I treat it like that, of like, these are just a group of Jedi Knight friends. They all have their own stories that they go on adventures together.
Oh, I have a question. I think I know the answer to this, but have they made any Legos from the Acolyte?
No, but they should have. Yeah. I know that is a controversial opinion, but I think they should have made some sets. They would have been awesome.
Well, they could still make sets, right? I mean, the characters are what everybody wants to get, right? That would be a pretty easy thing because they're almost all the Jedi are the same outfit. So it's like, that would be.
We need a Kelnaka. We need a Wookiee Jedi minifig. Like that would sell.
If Lego gets one before TVC, then I'm going to throw a fight.
That's fair. That's fair. Because I did a Black Series of Kelnaka. I've seen him. He looks pretty cool.
I agree. Like I said, I would love to see those characters made in Lego form. I mean, they made the Skeleton Crew,
but they missed the best character in SM33.
I mean,
that is a cool set. I wish I had it. It was too much for me. The minifigs are awesome though.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's the same type of deal.
But if it had SM33, I might have.
Right.
I wanted to throw in Afra. Afra is a cool comic character. I'm really behind on her comic, but when she first premiered, when they received the license, I was all in. I read the first wave, or before they reset the number. I was all caught up on that issue, but I created my own Afra Lego because so such a cool character. I don't know if anybody's familiar, but she's essentially Indiana Jones in Star Wars. Like, just a fun character. And if anybody wants to know the recipe to create this, it's just your usual helmet. That's a very common, old school piece for helmet that they still use these days. And then it's Star-Lord shirt.
Yep.
The Dorothy arms from the Wizard of Oz CMF. I think they put them in the Lego movie. Is that right, Bjorn?
I believe so.
Like, I looked for that character just so I could make this Afra, Dorothy arms, and then Han Solo legs.
But
you might also be able to get away with it by doing a yellow skin version by using Homer's arms.
True, this is true. Yeah, you could do a classic version. I went with just because most of the Star Wars stuff now is in flesh tone, so I wanted to kind of have it be in that flesh tone.
Nice,
but cool character. That's a real recipe if anybody wants to make one.
Awesome.
Since I doubt she'll ever appear as an actual minifig. But
yeah,
they did the TVC version, which that's a cool figure. So you never know.
Right.
All right, these two guys. So this is what I was referring to coming up when I said I did the D&D with my friends. These are their characters. The red guy is meant to be a Kubaz, the Imperial spy Gardenian species.
Garandin.
Yeah, Garandin. They have the head, but I told them, I said, look, that is a piece from a cool set. You don't get to use that. So, and he wanted to be a red one too. So I'm like, I'll brick build your head.
That's cool.
And he just ended up finding a lightsaber. These guys are both just bounty hunters. So he's a Kubaz bounty hunter, and then IG, I think he called himself IG-32, IG battle droid. And those that space CMF set they have the space splotched star base plates for the characters, and those made it for our awesome D&D kind of stands.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, those are their characters. I wanted to, because that's fun to talk about.
Awesome. Yeah, I like
talking about minifig stands.
Yeah, there you go.
Bjorn.
It's over 500 of them right here.
Wow. I mean, I don't have that many, but I used to have stacks, but I used so many of them for the D&D because I gave every character, that was how to keep.
You even got some of the Star ones right there up top.
That's awesome.
That's
That's awesome. These are
This is over a
their.
foot tall.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So my friend ended up moving. Unfortunately, we still play D&D or online, but we were just doing the Star Wars ones like as short campaigns just for fun. And we did two. So those characters were from our first one, which was a Clone Wars themed one. They died tragically. That's how it ended.
Oh no.
And then these were their second campaign characters. They played Tognath brothers. Tognath is what Two Tubes, the guy that hangs out with Saw Gerrera. That's what that species is. And they are Darksiders, and they are brothers. Because if you look at the lore of Tognath, they have like a cool, like, they're called egg mates. Like they're born almost as twins, and they have these like telepathic connections. And so that was really fun to play with in the game. And so one of them was more light side, and one of them was more dark side coded.
Nice.
But this it's funny because my dad mentioned he had some Indiana Jones sets, and I had to raid this tan helmet out of one of the sets because I didn't have any other set that had that tan helmet, and I was like, I'll give it back once you build the set.
I have got to get I guess a better way of organizing the Legos and stuff, because I need to find a place where I can put them, because it's not as bad as like regular figures, as far as action figures go, because they're small enough where you could cram a bunch of them in, a small
Do this.
container or something. Yeah.
Little jewelry bags.
baggy,
They're in the jewelry section at Walmart.
Right.
I have a bunch of them. And I always get weird looks when I go buy more because,
People think you're buying it for drugs.
Exactly.
Yep.
Those Sterilite containers with the drawers are good for organizing parts and whatnot as well.
Or like hardware storage.
Oh, yeah, that works too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like using the little baggies. I actually don't have to buy that many because I was making so many Bricklink orders at a time, and they always package them really nicely and independently. So I have like a small collection just from that I'm able to use.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
This looks awesome.
Thank you for showing us those customs and stuff and some of your favorites. Band those are pretty cool.
One more thing.
I guess I was not. I don't guess. I'm trying to think. I know. Do you want to? I guess mention your Lego Instagram page.
Oh yeah. So I know a lot of people might be familiar with my art page, which I appreciate if you checked it out at all. In my little name tag thing that you can see, I have Lego _ Will Rissian. That's my Lego page. If anybody's interested in seeing, I post very irregularly. This year I've not posted a lot. Usually when I do it in big batches because I take a lot of pictures all at once.
Right.
But if anyone wants to talk Lego, message me there. I'm always down.
For sure. I have one of the most hated characters in all of Star Wars right here.
That is
Bob.
a great minifig.
Oh, let me find you. There you are.
Big.
Ponkrell.
Yeah. I got the
That's an
Starship.
expensive minifigure.
I got the Starship that it came with, and I was like, I thought I bought my son that one. And so I was digging through his stuff. I was like, oh, yes. I said, I do have that Starship. Because I'm like, I found the Ponkrell, and I'm like, well, I know I got the Starship. I just got to dig it out and find out where it's at, But anyway.
See, I'm lucky that I have that set when it came out because, like Bjorn said, that is an expensive. Thank you, Bjorn. Yeah, that's my page.
Awesome.
That Ponkrell is an expensive aftermarket guy.
Thank you, Bjorn. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for showing.
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. It's like I said, it's crazy to me, like how some of these figures have gone up in price, and I'm like, why don't they just re-release, another set or something with them in it, but I guess they don't really do that. I guess, it's
No, they're really weird about that. I
have a close to a $300 minifig because it was only in one set.
Wow,
And that's
Which
the
one
Padme
is it?
Amidala figure in the red gown.
that is a well sought after rightfully so. It is a gorgeous fig. I wish I owned it. I would not pay that.
Right.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, I feel like, for me, it's like I'd have to look, I know I spend what I spend on figures and stuff, like action figures, but it's like, for me, it's like, okay, if a Lego figure is like over 25 or 30 bucks, there's no way I'm buying it, you know what I'm saying? But I have to say, I guess maybe it just depends on which one it is, because the other day I was like, man, I would really like to have, an Athorian, somewhere around here, and I was like, they've only released so many of those,
Yep.
I think they only did one, and that was in the Cantina set.
Well, they did one just before. It was for the
Starship.
There was Deck 13 series that they used to do.
Well, what is that? Was that the one that came with the Starship?
Yeah. There was one with the Starship. They did it was all custom.
Yeah.
Their own creation type material.
Yes. I hate I didn't get that one because it's like it sat on the shelf for like a while, and I was like, man, it's got a Thorian too, and I was like, man, I should buy it just for that, but I didn't do it, But anyway,
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I mean, I do have the vintage collections. I might just have to, build my world around that one instead of, the Lego version. But I think that one's like only maybe 25 bucks or somewhere around there, 25 or 30. But, yeah, it's, it is. I mean, I don't want to say they're not worth it or anything like that for sure. Because I feel like if you want to buy something that brings you happiness, then pull the trigger. You know what I'm saying? Definitely go that route. I just, for me, I've got to like juggle, the action figure lines on top of, potentially wanting to do the Lego world as well. So it's like, it's now it's like juggling, chainsaws on fire, what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everyone has to have a threshold and like a boundary.
Yeah.
I'll do this kind of stuff. People would call it girl math, but this is, toy fan math. Mm-hmm. Of like, I was trying to build the Zam Wessel and old figures is really hard to get. So I was looking at these purple legs. They come on an Eternals figure from the Eternals movie. Mm-hmm. And I could either pay $3 for the legs, or I found someone selling that entire set complete for $15. So I bought that. I'm like, in proportion, I'm going to get I'm spending more money, but I get an entire set and 4 other figures and not just legs for $3.
Oh, I agree with that. That tracks. Okay. That
girl math is mathing.
Yeah. It's mathing right there. I can see that. I can see that. All right, Bob. As if I was just mentioning the fact that trying to juggle, different lines and stuff, and then you bring this badass out. I've seen it. It's cool as hell, and I'm like, that would be the perfect like cornerstone, to me trying to world build something in Lego or whatever. And anyway, so tell us about this.
So on the plus side, this is not official Lego. This is a company called Lumabricks. They used to be known as Fun Hole. Feel free to insert jokes here. Because everybody made fun. Did I say what?
Fun Hole?
Yeah, the company used to be Fun Hole. They're Lumabricks now. So yeah. And yes, everybody makes the jokes. Oh yeah. So, and they have their own minifigures.
Oh, you have this already, bro. Hold on, Bob. Joel already has this. It's already on his wall. I don't know why he says he wants to.
Yeah.
It's called Starboy Station.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Sorry, Bob. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. So this is like the modular Lego sets where you can like lift levels off and everything. Mm-hmm. They have their own line of minifigures that look like crap. So I put in some custom made Mega Construx figures. Mm-hmm. And the best thing about these sets is they're like around like $100 to $160, and they include all the lighting and wiring that you need to make it look like this.
Nice. Yeah.
That's all packed in,
That's
ready to
awesome.
go.
That is awesome. Yeah. So to me, I'm gonna tell you something. There's times where I come in this room, I turn off the overhead light, and I click on the little ring lights I have and put them to a certain color. I just kind of like sitting here and vibe and like look at my world,
Mhm.
and to have that sitting in a room kind of in the dark and just showing that lit up, man, it would be about the same type of thing, man. It'd be like,
Yeah.
all right, that's my jam right there, and so that's
Well,
pretty
and
awesome.
they've got 3 more sets in this line. They're like these bigger structures. Yeah, here we go. This one, I think that's the one I just showed you, the apartment.
Gotcha.
And then this is the Izakaya. They're all like cyberpunk, like Neo Tokyo kind of themed sets. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the train station.
So are you getting them all, Bob?
I will be eventually.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then
So
stretching out the whole city because like I said, even though the minifigs with these sets kind of suck, they are still, or at least the one I've got, is still scales pretty well with those Meg Construx figures. So
well,
like the doorways and whatnot. So
you're
just
really not buying these for the minifigs, though, right?
right. Because they're not like Lego
Right.
minifigs. They're
To me, they'd be like going straight to like the I wouldn't say the trash bin or anything, but they would be going straight to like the box that
Yeah, the
stuff,
donation
yeah.
pile.
yeah, that no longer is seen once it's put in there. But yeah, these look pretty awesome, man. I have to say, these definitely like speak to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Well,
like
if you're into Lego
Well,
and cyberpunk, have you heard of the new Hashima project?
yes.
So
Yes,
cool.
yeah. I'll even put it in the chat here if other
Yeah,
people
cool
want to look
custom
it up and
project.
see. It is amazing. My build will not end up being quite that good, but there we go.
I think that's like why Lego
I think that's
is
the right spelling.
number one, because they do the sets well and they do the figures well.
Yeah,
Whereas I think a lot of, and of course, like that's just how it's always going to be. Like, you have the 3 sliders, and not all 3 sliders can be at the top at all times.
yeah. Now,
Like
now,
Lego
granted,
would be so
I
good
kind
at doing this.
I kind of prefer the Meg Construx minifigures because they're more articulated. I mean, they're almost like 2-inch action figures at this point. You don't have
right.
quite that
Yeah.
full range of motion,
Mhm.
but it's real darn close.
Yeah, I mean, you do have your differences from those to Legos because
Yeah.
let's I mean it is a little bit different and it's like it depends on what you're going for. I mean, there's
Oh
definitely
yeah. I mean, I'm not
I
dissing on the Lego minifigures. They're
Mhm.
great, especially now that they've increased like the paint apps and whatnot.
know arms and stuff like that, man. That's like super
That's a
cool.
Halo one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
See,
and that's why,
now
like
the
these
newer
sets,
ones are even more articulated than that.
yeah, like
Yeah, this is
the
an original one though.
like these sets kind of one up on the set aspect, but then the minifig falls down. And then I think Omega
Yeah.
Constructs boosts, minifigs, but maybe lacks in some
yeah.
build
Like
integrity
Yeah.
type stuff.
you know that like they're not building it. People are not buying it for the figures. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Mhm.
it's like the light up goodness because it's like Lego's not
Totally.
doing this. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
They're
mean
not.
all lighting for Lego is third party unless it's like a light brick.
And it's
a
like
regular thing.
the
Yeah.
closest
This
thing to cyberpunk that Lego has, I would say, is probably Ninjago. Wouldn't you? I mean,
Yeah, like that set that you have comes from that sort of, because they do
Yeah.
different themes for Ninjago. I mean,
right.
like Ari was saying, it's an old theme now. Lego itself has tried to kill it multiple times. It won't die because it's so popular. Which works.
Yeah.
works
I mean,
really
I
well.
remember my kids, my son, he would loved it. I remember he watched the, the show way back in the day, and that's been, I want to say, well, I guess you've already said it's been 15 years with the Ninjago. So it's like, it's almost,
About 09, 2010. Yeah.
yeah, I was going to say it's older than my son, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's crazy or right at, but, anyway, so yeah, man, these are some cool sets, Bob. I would definitely. It's like these definitely speak to me. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm definitely wanting to build like a Lego world, but when I see something like this, I'm like, geez, man. It's like, why don't I just
Well,
get you know?
these bricks aren't compatible with Lego,
Right.
at least when I was holding them and building them and everything, it felt like about the same quality as Lego. So,
Well, you know, like I said, it's for me, it's just a visual piece. You know, that's what they are, you know, and so and Lego. I mean, I'd guess if they did that, it would be like $500 probably at least or something.
oh yeah,
So
especially if
They're
it
able to have
included all
that
the lighting.
premium.
yeah,
That,
they got their
that price tag.
name. Yeah. But yeah, so like I do I will say this, like I love to follow people. I haven't really been so I've created a Lego account, guys. I don't know if anybody wants to follow, but
Oh,
it's kind of a funny name, I guess, but it's basically Outer Multi Bricks is my handle for that. I haven't posted anything yet. I'm just trying to figure. I was trying to figure out what direction I wanted to go in, and it's not going to be like um, a world building, just Lego only, type deal. I'm gonna take pictures. It's just gonna be just Lego. I'm gonna definitely world build on there, but I'm just gonna have pictures of Legos and stuff like that I've built or I'm building or I have and stuff. And so it's kind of a side project to kind of be a little bit more creative, or to maybe spark some creativity. Changing scale sometimes does that. For me.
well, and there's some things you can do in one scale that you can't do in
Right.
another.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, but it's like I love to see, like I get inspired by like seeing other people's builds and stuff, and their mocks, I love to see, some of these people that build like these weird ass creations, and it's like it's a whole scene and it's like something that you've never seen before, like some kind of alien like thing with just whatever. But it's just crazy, and I love to see people's takes on how they've I guess made figures from other minifigures. I mean, Bjorn, I mean, you've
Yeah, you're almost rocking it this October with the minifigures.
So
I just like to see that. And
Speaking of,
Yep.
what is that?
I know we were talking
Oh.
off screen about Defenders, but it's
Hi.
Lego compatible.
that's cool.
Awesome. Cool.
I think that what's so fun about Lego brick stuff in general is obviously creativity and ingenuity is like a whole different ball game. But theoretically, if given the tools, you could recreate anything that anyone has ever built.
True. That's true.
And there's something kind of empowering about that, of being like, that's awesome. How many times have we said, oh, you can just buy the bricks and do it yourself? And like, there's something empowering about that. Whereas obviously like the community you guys have built it is accessible and you show off your creations and everybody is like welcome. But sometimes people will see stuff and be like, I can't do that. I can't paint like that. I can't sculpt like that. I can't, I don't have these toys, these things. Like, whereas with brick, it's all open. We're all equal under the brick sun. Like, theoretically, to an extent, everyone could look at something, you could look at this set and maybe find a way to recreate it or some facsimile of it, which I think
that's right. That's the thing that I liked about it is everybody's kind of on equal ground. It's like you have to have Lego blocks, of course, bricks or whatever, but it's like if you've got a bunch of bricks laying around, you can pretty much kind of make whatever you want to make if you can get the instructions for it or whatever.
And if you don't know how to do it, somebody else spent a lot of time figuring out how to do it.
See, that's the thing to me. It's like everybody is like trying to come up with their own oh gosh, what's the word? Their own construction or their own God, what does the C stand for in the mock? It's
Creation.
Creation.
And so for me, it's like that's something I'm kind of like looking forward to is like, what am I going to create? You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just, I'm just taking it all in, and I'm going to see, where it goes. Anyway,
And if you want help on like coming up with new creations and new building ideas and all that, check your local area for a Lego group that like meets in person.
Yeah,
if you
I've
get
never
one
done
of the,
it, but they do the lug stuff.
yeah, those
Yeah, the
lug
Lego
groups,
user group.
Or if you've got one of those minifig and brick stores, there's probably like a group that meets there every X amount of time. But yeah, like meeting other builders, especially like in person, will
right.
really help you develop some new like building techniques or show and tell stuff and help bounce ideas off of. So
Yeah, I definitely want to like build some stuff, and yeah, Ari, you can
Do
yes,
it.
you can, because it's like you are as creative as anybody in our groups, man, for sure.
And Ari, to be honest, I did not really get into full custom building Lego until like I was like recently, within the last 10 years or so. I've been predominantly a collector. I would play and I would build as a kid, but in terms of like what I'm doing right now, I did not do it until recently. And sometimes you just have to wait for that desire to unlock.
Yeah, I've
I've been doing it off and on since 2008.
We all have like those little waves of fluctuation and stuff. So,
right.
But however you engage is totally fun and totally fun.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I will. I'll definitely have to, because I don't even know if where I live has like a Lego community. I'll have to like dig into that, but
just go on Facebook, look up Lego user group.
I know that there's definitely people that buy them, because I see sets, missing, from Target and stuff like that, and I'm like, well, this was here yesterday, or a couple days ago. It's not here now, and so. And some of them were pretty expensive, like the Republic gunships, or not the Republic gunships, but I guess the new one that's out, the Coruscant, I guess, gunship or whatever, the red one.
I wanted to pull the trigger so bad because I don't have a Padme or a Palpatine in my collection.
So I've seen it as low as $95, and man, I almost pulled the trigger.
See, I would, but Lego does not go on sale in my area very often. And it's because I live in Utah.
Yeah,
Lego is very big here because other people have certain hobbies that they do and they don't do, and Lego is one of the hobbies that they do a lot in Utah. And I never see stuff on clearance, and if I do, I try to get it. But Star Wars, very like other than a couple bucks off here and there. But I would have totally got that set for like $90. But
I think the last stuff I saw on clearance was some of those later movie Pirates of the Caribbean sets that weren't so popular went on clearance, but that's how rare it goes.
I mean, we're definitely going to have to like come back around to this, because it's like there's no shortage of talking about Lego, from this is a nice building block, if you will, for this Lego show that hopefully we'll get to have, every once in a while. And it's
there's
like
no shortage.
Yeah, there's no shortage. You could talk. I think we could probably talk for another 3 hours, probably, about different Lego sets or just in general.
And I'll save it for a future episode. But I saw Bionicle mention in the chat. I'm a certified card-carrying member of hating Bionicle, so I will be happy to debate in our fight.
I do not like Bionicle.
No.
What about Hero Factory?
That Hero Factory is pretty cool. My thing is I liked action figures and Lego, and so I didn't like Bionicle because they were a Lego action figure, and so it felt repetitive in terms of like interest.
I'm not gonna lie. I did not really. I was really, I think, probably in my 20s or something when that came out or whatever. And I never got that. I never liked that at all. I did buy a few sets, like towards the end. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm a big Legends of Chima fan. Like, went hard to that, like sunk hundreds and hundreds of dollars into that line.
They thought that was going to be the Ninjago killer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
One of them is around still, and one isn't.
I was so into that. That was the first thing that I actually started world building was the Legend of Chima, because it was like I thought the animals were awesome. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it was for kids, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I really liked the designs and stuff. And like I said, I was buying them the day they hit the shelf. I was like, okay, I am getting. I don't know what made me decide to get into the Chima stuff, but I have definitely more of those. I ended up giving those to my son just because I had so many of them. It's like, I at least have 50 or 60 Lego Chima figures just because I bought so many vehicles and stuff like that. And anyway, it was obscene how much stuff I got. I still have it all. So I'll just have to dig it out of storage or whatever. But yeah, man, that's the one I went hard on, and I don't even know why. But I was thinking about, and I was actually taking pictures of that stuff. But I wasn't posting any of it on like Instagram or any of that stuff. I just was taking pictures of it just for my own, I guess enjoyment.
Well, you saw Lego at Ross?
I'll see.
I just saw Fireworks comment.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see Lego at Ross and it makes me mad because they're normal priced.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see Lego on clearance very often. But if I do, and it's a set I'm looking for, I guarantee it's already sold out before I see it. Anyway, let's see here. All right. Well, hey guys, I think we have reached 2 hours, which my wife
Force Nebula Exo Force.
Wrap this up.
I love Exo Force.
Sorry, we went a little bit long, Brian. I know you said
good. I knew
an hour, but
I knew about 37 minutes into it that this was not going to be. This was not going to end in an hour. And I'm like, okay, all right, So it's all good. It's all good. It's like we've had a 2-hour show before, so we brought it back. We brought the 2-hour show back, guys.
Well, it's like you bought a can of peanuts and you opened it, and it turned out it was the jumping snakes, and now you can't get the jumping snakes back into the peanut.
The past 2 hours we've been trying to put the snakes back into the can, and we just can't do it. Yeah. Anyway, that's how much talk we could talk about Legos and bricks and stuff. Just Bob talk about his mega constructs. That he's got. His Masters of the Universe and his Halo and stuff like that. So
that's
anyway.
okay. There's plenty of time for that.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear more about that.
In another episode, not tonight.
Yeah. We're doing 2 more.
Yeah.
No. I'm old and my bladder only holds out so long.
Right. Well, I appreciate Ari for coming on.
It was great chatting with you.
Thanks for being on, Ari. I know he was super to be on and talk about Lego. I mean, you could definitely tell that he was like ready. All week he was like, "Man, I can't wait to be on." I was like, "I know, it's I can't wait to have the show either." And so I love that enthusiasm.
I think for some of us, it's sort of like you guys do a show about talking about toys. That's awesome. And like you're in a community of it, but like at least for me, like I said, I don't get to talk about it very often, so it's fun too.
Yeah, we should talk more, me and you.
I know, let's do it because we're into the similar stuff. So
I have one friend as far as like that as a physical friend that lives like near me that
not in Canada, you wouldn't know him.
Goes to a different school,
but he collects like DC, like the McFarlanes, like
cool.
Batman and stuff, and then he collects Venom from like Marvel Legends. And so he's always hitting the stores and like trying to find figures or whatever. And so and he's the only friend I have. Well, I take it back. There's another buddy I have that he collects like Monster Force figures and some of the lines like that. And so, but it's like it's just the 3 of us, pretty much, and we don't really get to chit chat very often about stuff, because it's life and all that, and neither one of them do Lego, and so it's like I don't really have anybody to talk about Lego with, and so anyway, that's the cool thing about the internet is that you can find your community. That's right.
Yeah. Nothing else to work right.
That's
Well,
right.
yeah, everyone wants that outlet to talk about stuff, and
Yeah.
it's nice when you can find people to do it.
That's right.
In any form. So thank you for hosting the show. Sorry we went so long.
Oh, it's all good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, just, like I said, we were having fun doing it.
Mhm.
Bjorn, thanks for coming on, man.
Hey,
Yep.
anytime.
Yep.
I'll be glad to do this again sometime.
Yeah,
Whenever.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming on again. And with that, thank you, Bob, for
Not a
co-hosting.
problem. Yeah. Always happy to be here.
And then we will we're gonna end it there and have everybody
And thanks to everybody in the chat for hanging out with us.
you.
And thank you to the replay squad. We
That's
love
right.
you too.
Please give us a like and maybe subscribe if you're not.
Yeah.
And then have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you.
Happy holidays. Yep.